Hey y'all, and welcome to the vlog. So we are in the car, but we got one of those cool car mount thingies that's set up so no hands. I'm eating a banana, and Boo over here is driving. I rep the city. So we are actually, so I'm gonna zoom a little bit more. The car is junky, so I'm trying not to let y'all in on that. Anyway, so we're on our way now today. It is finally SHG time. It's like I'm kind of excited, but I'm also kind of in anticipation of the pain. Ooh, excuse me. People keep saying it's not as painful as the HSG, because that hurt. And I did a video about that too, so if you want to check that out, make sure that you check it out. It's gonna be in our TTC playlist, but it's gonna say something like my HSG experience or something. But today, the one that we're doing is called the SHG. So that's the SONOHYSTEROGRAM. Yeah. So it's supposed to be, one of the main differences is that with the HSG, they shot up dye into my tubes or whatever. Today, they're going to be shooting saline. So, I'm not entirely sure. What does it check for? Did they say?
Abnormalities. That's it. Polyps,
fibroids, pretty much the same thing as the HSG. So, we're on our way to do that now. Excuse our junky car, if you can see it.
Oh, we didn't even charge the battery.
I know, right? I hope this doesn't die. I hope this don't die on y'all. If it does, then we'll try to update you at the house. Yeah. Anyway, you have anything to say, hun?
Nope. Let's get it done.
I took some ibuprofen. Sorry.
Oh, you eat with your mouth full. Just talk.
Okay, you tell them.
She took some ibuprofen to relieve the pain. Hopefully it works. If not, darn. And we're on our way. That's it.
And I took an antibiotic yesterday.
So we'll update you guys when it's over.
Okay, see you in a minute. Y'all, we just got out of the doctor's office. Like, literally, I'm putting my seatbelt on. And boy, was this an experience. I'm gonna try to tell you all before the camera dies, because it is on like low battery. We didn't charge it. So I'm gonna try to, go through this real quick. So basically, when we went in, I did the pregnancy test. I had to do a urine sample, and then we went to go wait for them to call my name in the what is it called, radiology, and I had to fill out this blood consent form. Then after I filled that out, they finally called my name, and then me and my husband get up to go in, and they were like, oh, he can't come. And I was like, what do you mean he can't come? They let him come in for the HSG. So I was like, what's up? Why am I going through this by myself? So then I went in and I had asked her again. I was like, well, are you sure he can't come in? Because they let him come in for the HSG. And so she was like, I'll call her and ask her. So she said she called and asked the doctor. And the doctor was like, no family members. So I was like, and it was real weird because there was a chair in there. Like one of those black chairs that they put in there for people to sit in when they come in with you. So I was like, what the devil? So anyway, I was like, whatever, let me go ahead and just get through this. I'm a strong, independent black woman. I can do this. So first she had to take like pictures, I guess. She had to do what she called it a pre-screening, a pre-scan. So she had me, take off my undress from the waist down. And then she made me put on that big old napkin thing, wrap that around me. And then I got up on the table, and this is before she pulled out the stirrups. So I just laid on the table, and then she took the, what is that thing called? The wand thingy. The,
sound thing.
I forgot what it's called. You guys know what it's called. They use it for a pap smear. So she put the gel on that, put that in me, and I guess took pictures. Spectrum. Yeah, the spectrum, I think that's what it's called. So she took the spectrum or specula or something, like spec something. She stuck that in me, moved that around to take pictures. That hurt initially because remember I just got off my period, so there hasn't really been anything down there for a week. And I'm also already really sensitive when it comes to like pap smears. I cannot stand them because I'm really sensitive. Like I have a really low pain tolerance. So I was like, oh. So she stuck it in, she took the pictures, and then after that she was like, okay, I'm gonna go get the doctor, and she's gonna come in. And I actually really liked that it was a female doctor who did it. When I had the HSG, a male doctor did it. It's not anything like against male doctors or anything, it's just my personal preference. In the past I've had better experiences with female doctors because they're females, they know like how to move, they're not as rough. I've had several male doctors who have been too rough with me, and I'm already sensitive, so to kind of balance that, I just automatically ask for a female doctor. And there are some female doctors who are rough, I ain't even gonna lie. Like the lady who did there were two different ladies. One lady did the pictures, and then the doctor came out, the PA came out to do the actual SHG. The lady who did the pictures, she was a little bit rougher than the doctor was. Now the doctor, she was real cool. She was this really cool, like older-ish lady, but not really older. She was just like, calm down, you're gonna be okay, we're gonna do this, it's not gonna be too bad, it's okay. So I really like that. She's really comforting. I felt that, and it was especially different for me because with the HSG, that guy, he hardly spoke to me. The guy who did the test, he just came in and left. So I really liked that she conversated with me. She was like, and they were asking like, oh, why are you having this done? And I was like, it says it on the paper, but whatever. So I was like, I've been trying to get pregnant for a couple of years. Explained to them about the miscarriage and all that. And okay. And then I was like, my husband, they see he has low motility, so they want us to go ahead and get this done before we can determine whether or not we're going to do IUI or IVF. So anyway, so then after the lady did the pictures, the doctor came in and she got the what is that thing called? The something spinula.
Don't spend too much time on words.
It opens up. It looks like this. It kind of looks like this, and they stick it in there, and they put something in the bottom, and they stick that in there to clean it out with some type of stuff. They were like, oh, we're gonna clean it out with this brown stuff. They had to clean my cervix, so they cleaned my cervix with the brown stuff, and then are you listening, honey?
I'm listening, but you gotta get to the meat, man.
I'm getting there. I mean, I can just finish when we get home if I need to. But anyway, so they stuck that thing in there, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna clean it real quick with this. So she cleaned it. That kind of hurt because that thing that they stick in there, that I was like, oh. And then she stuck the balloon in there, which is, I guess, where the saline comes from. So they stuck the balloon in there, and then that hurt. That was when it hurt because, and I remember this from the HSG too. Whenever they put the saline, whenever they put the dye with the HSG, that's what hurts. That's where the cramping comes from. It just was like this. It felt like I already bleed heavy, and I pass a lot of clots. It felt like I was passing like this huge clot. Like I was like, oh my gosh, and they just looking at me like, calm down. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, oh, I'm still leaking. No. Oh no. I laughed and I leaked a little bit. Oh. Anyway, so I was like, oh no, this hurts so bad. I was like, I was legit like, I started to feel nauseous. That was how crampy it was. I was like, no. So that definitely hurt. That was very similar to the HSG. They were like, oh, it's not gonna hurt like the HSG. No, they lied. It hurt. But at least it was only for that part. Once, and then after she put the balloon in, put the saline or whatever in there, then they put the spinula or whatever the thing is back in, and they were taking the pictures again. So that was a little bit better for me. So I was like, okay, fine. Once they took that little gun-shaped thing out, I was like, oh, finally. And then they put the thing in there to take the pictures. And then it was interesting because they were taking the pictures and they were like talking to each other at the same time. There was the two ladies, the one lady who did the camera thing, and the one lady who did the gun, the doctor. And then they also had this other lady in there who was supposed to be like training or something. So I was like, fine. So they were all talking amongst themselves, and I heard them saying like, oh, what is that or whatever. And she was like, oh, it could be a little polyp. And I was like, she was like, it's okay, it looks good. I was like, how it look good if I got a polyp? So she's like, oh, it could be what'd she say, debris? I was like, okay, but what is it? So they were like, it's okay, don't worry, it looks fine, it looks good. So then after they finished, then she was like, okay, so don't worry, everything looks good. it does look like we see a little polyp. And I was like, okay, so how does everything look fine if I have a polyp? She's like, well, you know, the polyp is not gonna, it doesn't affect pregnancy. It doesn't affect you getting pregnant. She was like, do you have heavy bleeding sometimes with your period? I was like, oh yeah, frequently. So she's like, yeah, that is probably related. So the polyp, I guess, is what causes you to have that heavy bleeding. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. So she said it was like a little polyp. She's like, it's like a little mushroom growing. I was like, what? So she said she saw.
Is it growing or is it just there?
I think it's just there. Cause she said it was just like a little polyp. So, and she said that also could have been what they saw when they did the HSG. That scar tissue that they saw. She said that's what it could have been. Because if it was scar tissue, I think she said they wouldn't have even been able to see it on here. So it might have been that little itty bitty polyp. She said it only becomes a concern when you start getting a bunch of them. You know what I mean? She just saw a little polyp. So I was still like, oh my gosh, like what? What is that? And then that was pretty much it. It was done. You know, it was pretty quick. It was relatively quick. I think it was definitely longer than the HSG though, just because they had to take so many pictures. They had to take pictures before and after, and I don't remember them doing all that with the HSG. Do you remember them doing that? He just stuck the thing in and was like, okay, bye. I don't even think he said bye. That man was not feeling me. Anyway, so it was a little bit longer, but it was very similar to the HSG. So they said that the results should be to my doctor within the next couple days. I guess that the nurse is going to call me back, I hope, and explain it, or if they want me to wait for the appointment next month. But I hope she'll call and just kind of explain it to me beforehand, and tell me like what they gather of that polyp or what. Hey y'all, and welcome back to the vlog. So I guess you can see now that the camera did die, but luckily, thank God, it died after I had finished telling the story of what happened. So I'm back at home. Daryl went back to work. As you can see, I just washed my hair. My mother's getting ready to come over and do it for me. So I'm not going to be talking to y'all for long. Just wanted to thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment below, or if you want to share your experience, especially with the SHG, share that below as well. Anyway, my hair is looking jacked. I'm not trying to be sitting out here all day. So once again, y'all have an absolutely blessed and wonderful day. Remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Lord willing, we will see y'all next time. Bye now.